Hi, I'm Caroline Gibson. I'm a partner at Prosek Partners. I am here with Tim Chatwin, VP of Communications and Public Affairs at Google EMEA, and Dirk, Songuer, the studio head of Microsoft Mixed Reality Studios. We've just completed our panel at the Page International Exchange on disinformation of news. I'd love to hear from both of you your key takeaways from the panel.
Thanks, Caroline. We both did quick presentations. I was glad I went before Dirk. This was much better. With sort of two sections. One, what are we doing as a company? What is Google doing with search and with YouTube? How do we think about tackling this issue of misinformation? How do we make sure we're raising up authoritative content in search and in YouTube, especially in moments of crisis? And then the second half of the talk was around what do we then do as communicators? How do we deal in a world where news is moving faster and faster, rumours can swirl very quickly? What practices and policies could we put in place? I think the main thing I was trying to get across at the end was that as comms people, we need to put it into perspective much more often, make sure we're monitoring, make sure we're not overreacting and giving oxygen to bad news and fake stories. And then on the bigger issues, make sure that government and society and tech companies are all working together to think about how they can tackle those challenges.
Thank you.
Well, you just said that because I had lots of videos and I found yours more structured and had more content, but I talked about society scale trends and how they might be dangerous to organizations, to the business model or the very existence of them. And essentially I talked about why trends exist. So even society scale, the big trends, they have a reason for them existing, and specifically talked about the Internet of Things and cognitive services and ultimately AI. And then the second part of the talk was around misinformation and disinformation, how we treat these society scale trends, and how do we assess when they become relevant for the organization. Because currently I feel a lot of organizations talk about trends that are not necessarily relevant or even worthy to talk about right now in their context, but they do this anyway, and there are many reasons for this, sometimes to attract talent or please shareholders, but essentially this creates a very skewed view on those trends and not necessarily a realistic view that we need to properly assess them.
Great, well thank you, and thank you so much for participating in the conference. It was an extremely interesting event.
Great, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.